All right, here's a good question.
Okay.
How do you feel about being together with a retired husband full time?
Is that a trick question? Hey everyone, how you doing today?
Hey everybody, how's it going?
If you don't already know, my name is Kathy.
My name's Tom.
He's off camera on today's episode of the Donahue's Marvelous Life Road to Retirement. He's going to be asking me a few questions. And what's this episode about today, honey?
This is about how to prepare to become a retirement spouse.
A retirement spouse. That'll be new for me. So, as you know, I am 5 years younger than my husband. So when he does decide to retire, I will not be. So we thought, what does the other side of the coin look like for the retirement wife? Or spouse. So we wanted to ponder it a little bit and ask some questions. So Tom's going to be having a very casual interview with me. So I'm going to be very candid. I have not heard or seen any of these questions. So we're going to go ahead and just get started.
Okay, so question number one is, how do you feel emotionally about becoming a retirement spouse?
Emotionally. Some days I feel like I'm really prepared, and then other days I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? I still have some good working years left, and it's a little scary, to be honest, because if you guys don't know, when Tom retires, we're not sure if that's going to be 5 years from now or 4, but we're planning on immigrating out of the country, and it's just a lot to do and a lot to think about. And usually, when we do move, I'm a military wife. I'm a military person myself. There's like something waiting for us on the other side, friends or the military community. So it's a lot easier for that adjustment. Mm-hmm. And right now, it's like, okay, when we decide to move and immigrate to wherever we're going, there's no one there. And we are joining Facebook groups, and we have made some friends in different places. But with that being said, it's still a little scary to me, being able to wrap my head around it.
Okay. Let's see. Here's another question. What is your plan, if you have one? What is your plan as a retirement spouse, and what does it look like?
My plan as a retirement spouse is to turn my, I won't even say side hustle, turn my hobby or my passion into something that I'm going to be doing full time. As you know, I love working with children. I'm an educator. So we are planning on getting our TEFL certificates and either teaching online. I want to do something in person. So I'd like to maybe work at a children's daycare or something like that, or even start one of my own. I want to make sure that when we immigrate somewhere, I'll have a grounding in the work I want to do and the passion that I have for education and for being able to give back to whatever community that we belong to.
Okay. Let's see. This may be a tough question. What do you need to do to prepare to become or be a retirement spouse?
What do I need to do? A lot of what I'm doing now, do my research. And I'm actually starting to pare down a lot of my clothes and getting used to living in smaller spaces, and just get my mind right too. We've started to take exploratory trips. If you guys have not seen our Exploring La Paz videos, I'll make sure I put it up here somewhere so you can go back and watch that playlist. We're learning a new language. we're developing, for me, I'm trying more to develop my sense of self, because when you get to new countries, because I've lived in Germany for a little while and I was by myself, it was really good that I developed a good sense of self. I started learning the language and being able to not feel like I'm all by myself, even though you have your spouse, of having that security of knowing that my husband's there, but we're also going to try to make lives just like here outside of each other after retirement. But yeah, definitely I'm preparing, mind, body, and this is true. I don't know if you guys noticed, I've been shrinking a little bit, but I've lost about 25 pounds because I have to make sure that wherever we go, I'm in shape enough to climb those mountains, ride that horse, or whatever we're going to be doing. And that's getting your body in shape, trying to eat healthier and losing the weight and just doing all the things that I know that will help me be better wherever we end up.
Okay. Here's my favorite question. So here's a question: how do you feel about being together with a retirement husband full time?
Well, I will tell you, believe it or not, Tom and I work well together most times, when I'm not being a tyrant sometimes about, filming, because I'm very precise, And outside of that, I believe that we work well together, when we're trying to get something done, when we're completing a task. And that comes about, what I'm trying to say, because we have the same values, we have the same work ethic, and we have the same determination of getting things done. But we also like to chill out. Look, he's notorious for taking 2-hour naps. When we first got married, I was like, now I'm like, well, you know what? I just let him sleep while I read a book or whatever. And during the lockdowns, we really had time to spend together. But, that's something we don't have a problem with, because when Tom and I first got married, we were living in a small city. We just moved there from Texas. We were up in Buffalo. And he just took a year off from work, and we both did, and kind of solidified our marriage. So we were together a lot during that time, and it helped us both be better now. But I definitely don't think we'll have too many problems with that.
That's good. That's good to hear. What's going to happen when your spouse and myself, when I retire, and you're not retired?
I think because we have made a concerted effort to keep ourselves on the same level. And what I mean by that, you guys, is when Tom and I first got married, he had a bachelor's degree and I didn't have a degree at all. And he encouraged me to get a bachelor's degree. And then I decided I was going to get a master's degree, and I encouraged him to get a master's degree. And I think as you grow older and grow together, you keep that same balance. And that works for us. That balance of being evenly yoked, as we put it. And I think that for myself, that we'll continue to grow together. Even though he's retired, he's going to be doing some stuff, and we'll be doing some things together, like the videos and the T-fold, and those things we'll continue to do together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to work with him and do the things that we like to do, and then also do the things that we have to do. Because like I said, I hope that I'll be working online. I'll be still writing books and plays and those sort of things that are my interests. So I won't I'll try not to lose myself so much in what he wants to do, and make sure that I'm still fulfilling myself, so we can both stay grounded and on the same level. I hope that answered that.
That sounds great. All right. This is the last question I have. This is a kind of a deep question. So, what internal questions about being a retirement spouse, or retirement for that matter, are you asking yourself?
What internal questions? That is a deep one. Internal questions. I think my biggest internal question is for you. You know, you're so busy all the time and work and stuff, and that, you know, I'm hoping that you'll find that thing for you before you retire, and then during retirement it'll just flourish. You know, I brought you a camera and I brought you some paints. You know, I cannot buy you a clay wheel for spinning. You know, but you are very, you know, analytical in nature, and I know you always say, you know, I love being creative, and I'm hoping, you know, that you'll have the time to do that. So that internal question is not really about me, you know, it's more about you, and hoping that you find more of your creative side, you know, that you'll be able to seek out that, so you'll have that balance that you need to, or, you know, to, that I believe that everyone needs to have a great retirement life, because retirement is your chance and everybody else's chance to start over again. You know, I know that earlier I was like, oh, don't use the new creation, but you're right. You know, this is your chance to become that new person, or that person you always wanted to be. You know, but, you know, work hindered that, you know. And I don't say all jobs do that, because, you know, some people are given the opportunity where they can work in a job where they can be creative and flourish, but that's not all the time. And for myself, that internal question is, you know, I guess I think about finding friends. You know, will I be able to find friends wherever we go? You know, because I like, you know, dinner parties and hanging out and, you know, having friends around and people around and cooking and, you know, just all those type of things. So the internal question for me is, I'm hoping that wherever we go, we can make really good friends and start having those dinner parties again.
Okay. That's deep. Okay. Well, that's great.
Thanks, sweetie.
Those are all the questions I have for right now. I'm sure we may have more later down the road.
Yes. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I know that it's a departure from what we usually do. But on this station, the Donahue's Marvelous Life, Road to Retirement, we're going to be open and honest with you. And I hope my answers will help some of you retirement spouses, partners that are going along, you know, not just for the ride, but for the journey, you know. So I guess that's it, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. The Donahue's Marvelous Life, Road to Retirement is on this same station every other week, and we look forward to you guys joining us. I'm Kathy.
I'm Tom.
And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.